I chose the dowel and the Q-tip, and I want to do a T-bracket for the dowels, so that way two of them can go in on one side, so it connects with two, and then one can go on the top. I'll see how it goes, see if I can connect two, or just slide it all the way through. But I like the challenge of it. And then this is my Q-tip. That's the other one I chose. But there's going to be two holes, one at the top and one at the bottom, and possibly a hole in the middle. That's what I'm showing over here. There's possibly going to be a hole here, and then the Q-tips are going to run this way through it. And you could also put them in this way to this way, or this way to this way. It could vary. I'm a bit optimistic about doing like the Q-tip and the dowels, and if things don't print out, I might just commit to one, or I might just leave it as a double connector for the dowel instead of this third T-bracket if it becomes too crazy. One of the main things that I learned from doing the pencil ring and the constructor toy is that tolerance is really important. It might not seem like much, but to get something exactly on an object or sized correctly, it's really important to have a little bit of leeway with the objects, so that way it works out, because couple of times I did the projects, it wouldn't work out because the tolerance was either too small or too big. Tolerance is the space from the original object, or the hole that you're trying to create, and how much distance you give it extra, so that way the project will fit, or the project will work. That was one of the main things I come away with these projects that have taught me, that tolerance is extremely important. One of the things that I had learned is that when you decide to make a hole of some sort in a project, there's definitely going to be filament in there, and it is really hard to take it out. When I was at DHF, Matt and I had took a soldering iron, and we had to melt the plastic on the inside to get it to the right size, and two of the holes were usable, but one wasn't. So it's just something to consider. I never took filament into consideration, or structure, or whatever you want to call it. I never took that into consideration when making it, and it was a hassle taking it out. My project turned out really good. Here, let me go and grab it. This is my first one. It looks like this. It's a T-bracket, like I was talking about before. It's a green one with a couple holes in it, and it turned out pretty good. But if you look, so you can see that we melted it. Oops. You can see that we melted it on the inside, and because of that, started melting the outside rim, which opened the hole up a little bit more than the tolerance I left it, so it wouldn't work. Then with this one, when you look at it, I cleaned out this one pretty good, but the inside is still has some things like this far down. This is what it looks like blocked up. The hole isn't even usable unless I take pliers and I work at it. It took me 10-15 minutes. It's not bad to clean out this hole, but if you decide to make a bigger hole, it's harder.